Dear children, you have learned earlier that all organisms need food, water, and oxygen for survival. They need to transport all these to various parts of their body. Besides that, animals need to transport wastes to parts from where they can be removed. That means for excretion. Have you wondered how all this is achieved? Look here. Do you see the heart and the blood vessels? They function to transport substances and together form the circulatory system. In this chapter, you shall learn about transport of substances in animals and plants. Let us discuss the transport system in animals first. In most animals, the blood that circulates in their body transport food, water and oxygen to the cells in all parts of their body. The blood also transport the waste materials made in the body cells to different parts of the body for excretion. We will now describe the transport system in animals by taking the example of human beings. The main transport system in human beings is the blood circulatory system. The human circulatory system consists of the heart, blood vessels, and blood. The circulatory system makes food, water, and oxygen available to every part of the body and helps in removing waste materials of the body for excretion. In the circulatory system, the heart acts as a pump to push out blood. The blood vessels act as tubes or pipes through which blood flows in the whole body. We will now describe all the parts of the circulatory system in detail one by one. Let us start with the blood. Okay? Blood is a fluid connective tissue that constantly circulating in the body. An adult human has 5 to 6 liters of blood. Blood consists of two parts. The fluid part of blood is called plasma and the blood cells. Next, we can study about the plasma. It is pale yellow fluid matrix of blood and slightly alkaline. 92% of plasma is water. The rest 8% are proteins, waste products, nutrients, hormones, and inorganic salts. The main function of plasma is transport of absorbed food, carbon dioxide, and nitrogenous wastes. Blood cells form 45% of blood. Blood cells are of three types. They are red blood cells, white blood cells, and blood platelets. Red blood cells, white blood cells, and platelets are immersed in plasma. Red blood cells are red in color due to the presence of a red pigment called hemoglobin. Red blood cells carry oxygen from the lungs to all the cells of the body. Hemoglobin binds with oxygen and transport it to all the parts of the body and ultimately to all the cells. If there is a deficiency of hemoglobin in the blood, it becomes difficult to provide oxygen efficiently to all the cells. It is the presence of hemoglobin which makes the blood appear red in color. Next, white blood cells. The white blood cells fight infection and protect us from diseases. This is because white blood cells help to fight against germs which may enter our bodies and cause diseases. Some white blood cells can eat up the germs like bacteria which cause diseases. Other white blood cells make chemicals known as antibodies to fight against infection. White blood cells are much smaller in number than red blood cells. When we are injured and bleeding starts, naturally, the loss of blood from the system has to be minimized. When a cut or wound starts bleeding, then platelets clot the blood, due to which further bleeding stops. The platelets are tiny fragments of special cells formed in the bone marrow, and platelets help in the clotting of blood in a cut or wound. If there were no platelets in the blood, then bleeding caused by a cut from an injury would not stop. This may cause loss of too much blood from the body of a person, leading to death. Blood is needed by all the parts of our body because it performs some important functions in our body. Let us study the functions of blood in our body. Blood carries digested food from the small intestine to all parts of the body. It carries water to all parts of the body. Blood carries oxygen from the lungs to different parts of the body, and the carbon dioxide from the body cells to the lungs for breathing out. Blood carries a waste product, urea, from the liver to the kidneys for excretion. Blood protects the body from diseases. This is because white blood cells kills the bacteria and other germs which cause diseases. Blood circulates in our body in two forms, oxygenated blood and deoxygenated blood. The blood carrying oxygen in it is called oxygenated blood. That is, oxygenated blood is rich in oxygen. The blood having no oxygen in it is called deoxygenated blood. The deoxygenated blood carries carbon dioxide in it. That is, deoxygenated blood is rich in carbon dioxide. Oxygenated blood is bright red, whereas deoxygenated blood is darker in color. Okay? Thank you.